The old woman stood on the dusty path, her gaze fixed on the small, weathered house nestled among the overgrown foliage. Her voice, though softened by age, carried an undeniable urgency. "This is the house," she began, a heavy sigh escaping her lips. "Your wife and child are over there." She turned to her son, Hang, his shoulders slumped with a familiar weariness. "I told her to come back," pleaded with her. But she wouldn't listen. A flicker of hope, almost imperceptible, crossed her face. "Can we go to her, cross to the other side and enter her home?" Hang shook his head slowly, the weight of his dilemma evident in every movement. "No, Mom, I cannot." His voice was a low murmur, laden with pain. "If she still harbored those feelings, a flicker of warmth, I would be overjoyed. But if my wife and children were to discover such a visit, it would unleash a storm. It would be terrible, Mom. Please, think of the consequences." His mother's face hardened with frustration. "Don't listen to her," she urged, her tone firm. "I'm already old, my son, my hair is silvered with time. What more can she do?" Her plea was a blend of maternal concern and a quiet desperation for her son's happiness and the restoration of their fractured family. The morning sun, already warm, cast long shadows as the visiting woman, emerged from the modest dwelling. "I'm done, baby," she called out to her own child, a small boy who was playing nearby. "Mom is so thirsty. I'll go pick some sugarcane." Her voice, though gentle, carried a resilience forged in life's challenges. As she spoke, her eyes scanned the yard, a small frown forming on her brow. "It's so early, but whose chickens have come back and dug up all my corn like this?" She wondered aloud, gesturing to the scattered kernels. "Dug it all up. I truly don't know whose it is." The remnants of their small harvest lay exposed, some ears moldy and rotten, a testament to neglect or unforeseen misfortune. She recounted how she had brought the corn home, only to realize she had no chickens or ducks to feed it to, no livestock to nurture. "If I had known," she mused, a touch of regret in her voice, "I wouldn't have brought it home. Now it's only made the whole house dirty." The old woman, sensing Mai's vexation, moved with a quiet efficiency. "Where did your aunt go?" she asked, her eyes falling on the scattered corn. "What are you doing, Uncle?" Mai's child, sensing the change in atmosphere, pointed to the mess. "Uncle is sweeping it up." Mai, ever helpful, quickly offered. "I'll sweep it up for you. You can do it too. I'm truly agile, I help you with everything." "I do this all the time, Uncle." Her hands, accustomed to labor, moved swiftly. Then, a spark of curiosity ignited in her eyes. "Uncle, take me up there to see it later, Uncle." She meant Sister Nhat's house. Hang, still present, looked at her with a questioning gaze. "But what would I go up there for?" he asked, his voice flat. Mai clarified, "I heard you speak of it, but I haven't seen it yet. I want to witness it with my own eyes, to see if it is true." Hang hesitated. "Then you wish to go to that house and see for yourself?" Mai nodded firmly. "Yes, that's fine too." Hang, perhaps a touch defensive, probed, "Then you probably don't believe me, do you?" Mai quickly assured him, "No, I believe you, but I simply wish to see it for myself." Hang acquiesced, a quiet resignation in his demeanor. "Okay. Then you take me." Her request shifted, a subtle adjustment to their unspoken agreement. "You take me up there to see the daughter-in-law's house. Then, perhaps, we can go up to the son's house." She reiterated, "Up there at the son's house." "Okay. But for now, let us go up to the daughter-in-law's house. You take me." Hang, after a moment, made a practical decision. "I'll probably leave it here." He meant the broom and dust. "Let's go, shall we?" Mai, eager, responded, "Yes." The journey was long, winding through paths less traveled, under the relentless sun. "Is her house far, Uncle?" Mai asked, her voice tinged with youthful impatience. "It's far, dear," Hang confirmed, his words carrying the weight of the distance, both physical and emotional. They walked on, the rhythmic crunch of their footsteps on the dry earth the only sound for a while. "Are you done?" Hang asked, noticing her pace. "Then let's go, dear. Go this way." The path narrowed, leading them deeper into the untamed landscape. "It's so far, Uncle," Mai complained, her youthful energy starting to wane. "Oh, it's so far, dear," Hang echoed, his own weariness a constant companion. "It's a long way to get there." He paused, looking at her. "Are you tired?" He felt the thirst himself. "I'm not tired either. I'm thirsty." The simple need for water momentarily overshadowed the complex emotional landscape they traversed. I want to eat sugarcane, Mai declared. I'll cut the sugarcane, and we'll eat together, Hang offered, finding solace in the practical task. Another mother will peel it, you eat it. My child. The act of sharing sustenance, a small gesture of care, provided a brief respite. After you eat the sugarcane, you light the fire. Let me go get some water. The sweetness of the sugarcane was a small comfort. This sugarcane is sweet, isn't it? Hang noted, almost to himself. They settled down, a temporary pause in their journey. We're sitting over there. Go over there and see better. From their vantage point, Sister Nhat's house appeared even smaller, almost swallowed by the wild growth around it. Sister Nhat's house is small, isn't it? Mai observed, a hint of surprise in her voice. Hang nodded. Yeah. Why did Sister Nhat go so far? Mai wondered, unable to fathom such a drastic move. Hang's voice was tinged with exasperation. That's what I said, it's been far away. She's only been here for a week. Just a week, my dear. Just stay here and build this house. I told her to come back, but she didn't. I said I gave up. He looked at the small house, a symbol of her stubborn independence. Even Mom came back here to live together. He referred to his mother's attempt to reconcile the family, living near Nhat. She's in here all day. I don't know what she's eating. He assumed Nhat was consuming the sugarcane-like plant they had seen. She wanted to leave your son and then had to come back and build a house here like this. The logic of her actions seemed lost on him. Mai, observing the solitary dwelling, shook her head. Sister Nhat is too much, isn't she, Uncle? Hang is such a good man, but she left. Her statement was a quiet judgment, reflecting the common societal expectation for a wife to remain in the family home. Hang, however, offered a different perspective. That's it, she doesn't have children, so she did that. In his village, the absence of progeny often served as a mitigating factor, sometimes even a justification, for a woman's unconventional choices. But in my opinion, doing that is right. She doesn't have children anymore. Anyway, she's happier living on her own like that. He tried to rationalize, to find some peace in her decision, though his words lacked conviction. Mai, still curious, pushed further. Uncle, can we go to the other side and enter the house? Hang was firm. Oh no, my dear, you can't go. His voice held an edge of finality. I mainly brought you back here to see her, to witness her different life there, and that's enough. You cannot go. Mai, disappointed, asked, so we can't talk anymore? Hang shook his head. It's best not to go anywhere now. Now, you and I go home. He sought to close this painful chapter, at least for the moment. When you're home, go to your son's house to play. Let's go to my son's house. There you go, my child. Back at their own house, the old mother, Hang's mother, had clearly reached a turning point. Her resolve was palpable. Now that you're home, I have to find someone else for my son, she declared, her voice firm with a renewed deep purpose. The thought of her son languishing in sorrow, and the family garden slowly succumbing to neglect, spurred her on. If he's here, just leave him alone. When I go home, I'll find someone else for him. She spoke with the authority of a matriarch making a crucial decision for the welfare of her lineage. The simple act of eating was punctuated by her thoughts. Mom has finished eating. When you're done eating, go make a fire for me. Let me go get water. The practical demands of daily life blended with her strategic intentions. Honey, I'll go get water over there, and then I'll go up to the field over there. She envisioned the day's tasks, the sprawling fields that were both a source of sustenance and a heavy burden. I planted a little bit of beans before, now they've grown a little bit like this, my child. Her voice held a note of pride mixed with concern. It's only a little bit like this, now it's too thick, and they've all died, my child. The burgeoning weeds were choking the new growth, a stark symbol of the neglected household. Honey, burn these plants, or else you'll just burn bamboo without charcoal, my child. She understood the urgency of clearing the fields, the delicate balance required for a successful harvest. Just then, a figure appeared on the horizon, walking with purpose. It seems like the son-in-law is up again, Mai observed, recognizing Hang. The old mother nodded. That's right, my child, the son-in-law is up here. Hang approached, his face etched with concern. Are you up here? He asked his estranged wife, Sister Nhat, who sat quietly by her small house. Yes, he replied, answering his own question, bringing some things up for your wife. Anyway, you don't have much food here. He carried a small basket, a silent offering of care. The brothers bought some eggs and brought them up. Today I was going to bring some meat up for you, but today I went to see if there was any, so I couldn't get any. His voice held the note of genuine disappointment. So I bought some milk, instant noodles, and eggs for my wife. The simplicity of the provisions spoke volumes of his efforts, and perhaps, the limited resources available in the rural market. Did you come up here right after work? Sister Nhat asked, her tone neutral. Yes, Hank confirmed. I came down here right after work to buy some more things. His mother stepped forward, her heart aching for her son. Mom is here, son. Just take it, she urged Sister Nhat. I left it here for you anyway, just take it to eat. It's okay. If your husband gets it for you, then just take it, my child. Her words were a gentle plea, a bridge between the two estranged souls. Mom and wife are cooking rice to eat. They are preparing to cook beans, my child. The air was thick with unspoken emotions. What are you thinking about here? Hang asked Nhat, his voice soft, almost pleading. Can you come back to me? Mom has advised you a lot, my child. He tried to invoke their shared past, the mother's wisdom. Or you should stay here and eat with your mother and wife. He longed for a shared meal, a moment of normalcy. Nhat, however, remained stoic. Okay, Mom, I'm hungry too, she conceded, but not to him. Mom will buy a little more beans, and then I can eat them. She was speaking to his mother, deliberately excluding Hang. His mother, trying to bridge the gap, chimed in, let me eat with you. Okay, let your husband and you have a meal together, it's okay, my child. She wanted to foster reconciliation, even if just for a meal. Nhat, unyielding, repeated, okay, why don't you let me stay here and think? She looked at Hang. I miss you too, so I'll bring you some things. Her words were a confusing mix of lingering affection and firm distance. Hang, ever attentive, pressed on. Is there anything else missing here? If there is anything missing, tell me so I can bring it down for you when I come down. He was trying to assert his role as provider, a husband. Nhat, however, downplayed their needs. Don't you need anything? Mom and I can eat beans here, my child. She again distanced herself from him, implying that her mother, Hang's mother, was her primary companion, not him. Hang continued, undeterred, yes, I also bought some eggs and fruits, and I got a big dragon fruit. You can cut it up and eat it. You can go home and eat it first before you eat. He cared for her, despite her coldness. Your husband has to feed you after he brings things back. His mother intervened, trying to instill some gratitude. My husband felt sorry for me and my mother, so he brought it home for me to eat. You still say you don't eat? You can't do that. Her words were a gentle rebuke to Nhat's stubbornness. That's right. My dear. Do you lack anything here? Tell me so I can get it for you when I come down. Hang reiterated his offer. Nhat, however, was resolute. There's not much shortage, my dear. We have all the salt and noodles. There's nothing else missing. Hang, seeing his efforts rebuffed, tried to salvage the situation. So I'll go down and see what's there, and I'll bring it down. Someday I'll go early to the butcher's to buy meat for my wife to eat. Today I went to look for it and couldn't find it. They probably don't slaughter it these days, my dear. He explained the difficulties of obtaining fresh meat in their remote area, a common challenge in rural Vietnamese communities where trade might be infrequent. Yes, it's quite empty there. I only bought some fruit and instant noodles for my wife. His honesty was palpable, a stark contrast to Nhat's emotional distance. His mother, observing his dejected state, offered a practical solution. It's noon now, you'll be hungry when you come home from work. Stay with your wife and mother and have a meal of rice with beans, my dear. She wanted him to eat, to nourish himself, and hoped the shared meal might soften Nhat. Hang, however, refused. Okay, Mom, I won't eat anymore. His mother insisted, eat with Mom, my dear. But Hang knew his wife's temperament. After eating with Mom, your wife won't like it. Like that, your wife won't enjoy the meal. He knew Nhat would perceive his presence at her table as an intrusion, a violation of her declared independence. His mother, confused, pleaded, my dear, can't you let your husband eat with us just once? Hang, his voice heavy with resignation, replied, okay, Mom, let's do it another time. Any time is fine. He was too weary to argue. His mother, trying to make light of the situation, added, oh, you said no meat. It's okay. I don't need any meat when I eat with you. But Hang was firm. But I won't eat anymore. After eating rice, my wife won't be happy. I mainly came down here to visit my wife. See if my wife is lacking anything, and bring some food for her. His mission was clear, devoid of self-interest. Well then, Mom, stay here and try to take care of your wife and children. He entrusted his mother with the impossible task of bridging the chasm between him and his wife. His mother, a pillar of resilience, accepted the responsibility. Okay. If there's nothing to eat or if there's anything missing, just tell me, and I'll get it for you and your wife. Her commitment to their welfare was unwavering. Hang, acknowledging her support, said, Mom, I know. He then turned his focus back to Nhat, a desperate plea in his eyes. If you're here, try to think it through. Come home early with me, because now I'm home alone and feel very sad. He painted a picture of his solitary existence, a subtle attempt to elicit sympathy. Now at home, my vegetable garden is very dense, no one can do it now. I'm busy working, and there's only Mom. He highlighted the practical and economic consequences of her absence. Mom is also lazy, so she won't help you to do it. Mom knows your mother's personality. She doesn't work much. Doesn't work? The garden is very dense now. There are beans and melons too. Now the squash must be bearing fruit, but no one can take care of it. His words were a blend of truth and exaggeration, designed to emphasize the impending agricultural disaster. I'm too busy to go down there to take care of it. You just think about it. Come to an agreement as soon as possible so you can come back to me. Then you have to take care of the work at home. He reminded her of her responsibilities, her traditional role in the household's prosperity. I'm also away all day. There's a lot of work these days. I also asked for a lot of leave recently, so this time the work is busier than before. The burden of his labor, compounded by her absence, was immense. Okay, I'll just come down here to see you. I'm just talking, you stay here. Mom, stay here and cook something delicious for your wife and children to eat. There are eggs in there, Mom. Mom, take them home and fry or boil them for your wife and children to eat. You also bought some more fruit, Mom. Later you can feed your wife and children to eat, Mom. Okay. There's still some milk. When you're hungry, drink it. Mom will tell your daughter to drink it. Yes. It's okay. Mom is here. Yes. Mom, stay here and take care of your wife and children. I'm going home. His departure was a somber retreat, a surrender to the inevitable, for now. His mother, watching him leave, offered a final admonition. Yes, I'm going home. Try to think quickly, wife. Come home slowly. The road is very difficult, my child. She worried for his safety, his weary trek back. Hang, already on his way, acknowledged her. Yes, I know. She repeated, remember to come back slowly, okay, okay, okay. Yes. The road is very difficult. He was hungry, tired, and deeply conflicted. I'm also very hungry. I want to eat here, but if I eat here, I'm afraid my wife won't be happy. Let's go home first. I'm going home, Mom. Remember to take care of my wife. His priority, even in his hunger, was to avoid further conflict with Nhat. His mother turned to Nhat, a gentle reproof in her eyes. My husband loves me very much. He comes down to visit me every day. He even brought dragon fruit, milk, and eggs. What do you think? You have to love your husband a little bit. Mom sees how much she loves him, my child. Try to think carefully, okay? When you're done, go home with your husband. The old woman understood the subtle dynamics of rural family life, where a wife's return wasn't just about love, but also about fulfilling her role. Mom will also follow you home and help each other make the garden. The garden is very dense. It can't be like this. The overgrown garden was a constant, pressing concern, a symbol of their broken household. In this situation, I can only see green forest all around. It's very dangerous, so think about it soon. Listen to Mom. That's how Mom will be happy, okay? Her plea was heartfelt, a blend of concern for Nhat's safety in the isolated house and the practical need for her to return and contribute to the family's livelihood. Okay, Mom will cook food, then we'll eat and rest a bit. We can only work in the afternoon, okay? She sought to create a sense of normalcy, a shared purpose. My son hasn't come home from work yet. He's gone to work. A knock at the door. Come in. Sit down, dear. Yes, the new visitor, Mai, settled in, her exhaustion evident. Walking is really tiring. Yes. It's too far. Her journey had been arduous. The old woman nodded in agreement, then shifted the conversation. The garden below is my family's vegetable garden. It's quite good, isn't it, Uncle? She addressed Tang, who had returned home, an unusual interjection in their conversation. Hang, surprised by the sudden change of topic, confirmed, "Yes. It's good." His mother continued, "My family also grows melons, beans, and all kinds of vegetables, and they bear a lot, dear. A lot, right?" She spoke with pride, but also with a hint of lament. "That's why I say my daughter-in-law grows all kinds of vegetables, but she doesn't stay home to take care of them, they've all gone away." Her frustration was palpable. "Only I pick them myself to sell. They bear a lot of fruit. It's hard for me to do it alone, isn't it? There are so many. Go tell him to come back and help each other take care of the vegetables and then sell them. I alone can only take a part, but not all of them. But I told him not to come back." She was speaking of Nhat, and the futility of her efforts to bring her back to tend the abundant but neglected garden. The agricultural bounty of their land, usually a source of pride and income, was becoming a burden without enough hands to manage it. This was a common plight in many rural areas, as younger generations sought work in cities, leaving the elderly to struggle with labor-intensive farming. Her words carried a hint of self-reproach. "I admit that I made a lot of mistakes, right?" She meant her attempts to reconcile Hang and Nhat. There are also squash, pumpkins, and other types of plants. The sheer volume of crops was overwhelming. So I decided to find someone else for my son so that I could feel secure. Her resolve had hardened, driven by both maternal concern and practical necessity. "Otherwise, this vegetable garden is too big for me to take care of alone. Now I have to go looking. But I don't know where to find someone. Find someone to come help me with the garden, work with me." Her gaze settled on a silent invitation. "Then see if my son likes it. If he likes it, he will stay here with me as a daughter-in-law." Her plan was clear, pragmatic, rooted in the needs of the family and the land. "That's what I'm thinking. Now I'm alone, and it's too hard to do it." "Yes. Now I told him to go find it. It's too difficult. If I find it, I don't even know if my son likes it." The old woman was acutely aware of the complexities of matchmaking, even in a small village where choices were limited. She turned directly to her voice earnest. "My dear, do you still have feelings for my son?" "You?" Surprised by the directness, hesitated. "I know that already?" The old woman pressed on. "I just ask you. Do you still have feelings for my son?" My silence was answer enough, a subtle nod. The old woman's face lit up with renewed hope. "That's great. If you have feelings, it's even better. It would be better if you came back, my dear." She envisioned a harmonious future, the restoration of her family unit. "Back then, you and my son loved each other, and we also had a grandchild." She alluded to a past relationship between Mai and Hang, perhaps a prior marriage or deep affection, and the existence of a child, strengthening Mai's position as a suitable daughter-in-law. "Now that you've gotten back together, helping each other take care of this house, that would be great. I'm very happy." Her joy was genuine, a beacon of hope after so much despair. "I don't know what to do now. Now that I'm looking for someone else, I'm afraid people will criticize my son for having a child out of wedlock, so I don't like him." She revealed a deep-seated concern for social standing, the stigma associated with an illegitimate child. "If you come back now, it would be better. We'll help each other take care of this house." Mai, her heart aflutter, confessed, "I still like Hang, but I don't know if he'll agree or not. I don't know if he still likes me or not. That's the problem, my dear." Her uncertainty was understandable, given Hang's enduring attachment to Nhat. The old woman, however, dismissed her worries. "If you stay here, he'll come back. Anyway, that daughter-in-law left. Could it be that you're here and he still doesn't like you?" Her logic was simple, almost forceful. "If you feel the same way, then come and live with me. Now, my son only goes to work. He only comes down to my daughter-in-law occasionally. But when he goes down there, my dear, my daughter-in-law won't let him stay." Her voice became tinged with bitterness. "She'll write a divorce paper and then kick him back." The humiliation of his son's repeated rejections fueled her determination. "Now it's best for you to stay here with me, then she will gradually love you again." She was convinced that proximity and domestic harmony would win him over. At first, she was shy while staying here, but her daughter-in-law was also shy. "If you stay here with me and help me take care of the house, then gradually she will still marry you." Her words painted a picture of the traditional courtship, slowly rekindling affections. "The other daughter-in-law always chases you away, so if she goes a lot, she will get bored and can't stay for long, so she will leave. She saw Nhat's rejection as a sign that Hang would eventually give up on her. Mai still harbor doubts. You can stay here, but I don't know what Mr. Hang thinks. Will he let you stay here? The old woman, however, was resolute. Yes. Of course, I will let you stay here gradually to see if he likes it. You don't have to think too much. With me here, you can rest assured. Don't worry. As for my son, I will gradually advise him more. She was prepared to shoulder the responsibility, to gently guide her son towards a new path. Okay, my dear. She then turned serious, addressing a crucial detail. I'm asking you the truth. Exactly, have you left your husband and divorced? Mai, her eyes downcast, confessed, actually, I have. Yesterday, when you asked, I was shy, I didn't dare say it. I said I haven't divorced. But actually, I have filed for divorce. The weight of her past was evident in her voice. The old woman's face brightened. If I had divorced, that would be great. But have you filed for divorce yet? Haven't you signed the divorce papers? Mai confirmed, yes, I have. The divorce papers are all done. The old woman exclaimed, have you gone to court yet? We have gone to court. That's great. Very good. I'm so happy. Going to court for a divorce means we've broken up, right? Mai nodded, yes. The application has been signed, and it's done. The old woman's joy was palpable. Now that you've done that, it's good. Don't drag it out anymore. Now you can marry whoever you want, my dear. Her words offered a liberating sense of possibility. Mai, accepting her fate, replied, yes. I know that too. Now I won't say much more. The conversation shifted back to practical matters. Now you and your uncle go down to the garden to pick melons, okay? Let's go see. Yes. Let's eat, my dear. The garden, once a symbol of neglect, now held the promise of new beginnings, new life. The sun climbed higher, casting a warm glow over the sprawling vegetable garden. The old woman, her heart heavy with concern, reflected on her son-in-law's recent visit to his estranged wife. My dear, she began, turning to Mai, Mom felt so sorry for her son-in-law like that. I came here just now and was hungry, but she went home with an empty stomach. Her voice was filled with a mother's empathy, a deep understanding of her son's enduring pain and the simple, yet profound, act of rejection. Don't do that next time. Let your husband come home to eat. She instructed Nhat, hoping to instill a sense of kindness. Mom felt so sorry for her. After coming home from work, come down here right away. When she comes home hungry again. The cycle of his visits and Nhat's refusal was a constant source of agony for her. She offered a small comfort. Eat some eggs. Mom will get them for you. Her eyes then fell on Nhat, a gentle plea in her gaze. Eat them too. If you don't eat, I won't eat either. She used a subtle manipulation, hoping Nhat's concern for her would override her stubbornness. My son-in-law must love us both very much. He was always worried that we wouldn't have anything to eat in here. She emphasized Hang's devotion, his unwavering care. He came down here right after work. You said you wouldn't let him eat. My son-in-law must be very hungry. Eat, my dear. The old woman paused, her gaze sweeping over the scene. What do you think? What do you think? You also have to go home to live with your husband. Aren't you going home? I see you've been here for quite a while. This is not good, my child. You also have to think about your husband a little bit. Her words were a firm but loving reprimand, highlighting the unseemliness of Nhat's prolonged absence from her marital home, a breach of traditional expectations. When your husband comes home from work, there's no one at home to cook for him. The practicalities of family life, the daily rhythms of care, were paramount in her mind. Your husband also comes down here, and brings food for us to eat. If you say you don't love him, I don't think it's right, my child. She appealed to Nhat's sense of fairness, her conscience. You also have to love your husband a little bit. Next time your husband comes down, don't chase him away. Think about it slowly, my child. When your husband comes back here, don't be too harsh with him. Your husband says to eat here, so you have to let him eat. The old woman, with her wisdom and experience, understood that sustained kindness, even in the face of anger, could eventually soften a hardened heart. If you do too much, I don't think it's right, my child. Eat, you eat too. Eat beans, my child. She gently urged Nhat to share the simple meal, a gesture of reconciliation. Her gaze then drifted to the sprawling garden, her primary concern for the family's future. Mom thinks that if the garden is too dense, Mom doesn't worry because the two of us have worked hard to grow vegetables there. And if we don't come back to take care of it, it won't work. The thought of their hard work going to waste was unbearable. Surely without the two of us helping with the other garden, your mother-in-law won't be able to do it. Your mother-in-law is very lazy and won't do it like the two of us. She made a pointed comparison, highlighting the perceived idleness of Nhat's own mother, a stark contrast to their diligent efforts. When you wake up in the morning and see the dense garden, you have to take a hoe and go rake the garden, my child. She spoke of the demanding routine, the relentless effort required to maintain a productive farm. Eat it, my child. It's really bearing a lot of fruit, isn't it? It's both good and long. She spoke with pride of the melons, heavy and ripe on their vines. Go over there and see the squash, it's also bearing a lot of fruit. The squash is also bearing fruit, my child. There are several in a row. One is big. There are a lot of them. This new squash trellis has a lot of fruit. The squash is almost ready to be sold, my child. The squash is bearing a lot, my child. This is just right, there are too many fruits, my child. She gestured to the overflowing bounty, a testament to their fertile land, but also a symbol of their overwhelming burden. Here. There are a lot. Really a lot. There are tons of fruits. There are too many, so I said I couldn't do it alone, and my daughter-in-law would have left. Her voice contained a mix of pride and despair, the abundance a double-edged sword. Now there's everything, melons, squash, and beans, but I can't sell them all by myself. The economic reality of small-scale farming in the region meant that without sufficient labor, a bountiful harvest could rot in the fields, leading to significant financial loss for the family, hindering their ability to thrive in a competitive market. With so much, it's very hard to do it alone. Yes, too much, my dear. She reiterated her plea, her voice firm with conviction. I just told you that I can only pick and sell a part of it by myself. I can't do it all myself. I have to take care of it and sell it. The task was simply too immense for one person. So you decided that you should stay here with me, right? She looked at Mai, her eyes searching for confirmation. Mai nodded, a quiet affirmation. Yes, it looks really nice, my dear. The old woman, Rely, Ved, looked at the melons. Go over there and pick some melons to eat. They're so big. I can't eat them all. She offered a gesture of hospitality, an invitation to share the fruits of their labor. Pick a few on the ground, right? Just pick them here. Bring them up to the house to eat, my dear. Then you just sit here and I'll go get some soup to dip in. The simple act of sharing food, of preparing a meal together, was a cornerstone of village life, a way to build bonds and foster community. So we have a chance, she mused, thinking aloud about Mai's potential role in their household. I just don't know if it will be successful or not. The outcome of her matchmaking efforts remained uncertain, but hope flickered in her heart. She offered Mai a melon. Eat it, my dear. The melons I grew are delicious, and I didn't spray them or use pesticides. They're delicious, my dear. Eat them, my dear. Eat them, my dear. These melons are delicious, my dear. They're delicious, and I grew them myself. They're delicious, my dear. Eat them. Her words were a litany of praise, a testament to her dedication and the natural goodness of their harvest. Mai, taking a bite, confirmed, can you eat them? Yes, they're delicious. The shared experience of the sweet fruit was a small moment of peace. My son hasn't come home from work yet, has he? The old woman wondered, her thoughts returning to Hang. He hasn't come home yet. He's a little late coming home from work now, but he'll probably come back later. Let's just eat the melons. After eating, prepare to cook rice and wait for your son. He's been working all the time these days. He doesn't stay home often, my dear. He's busy with a lot of things, isn't he? A lot of things. She spoke of the increasing demands of modern life, the necessity for Hang to work long hours to support the family, a common challenge faced by many rural Vietnamese families trying to maintain their traditional lifestyle while adapting to new economic realities. Then he'll go to his daughter-in-law's place, but he won't be able to stay. When he gets there, his daughter-in-law will chase him away. But if he goes to work like this, he probably won't go anywhere. Eat. Mai, her expression troubled, said, okay. But Mr. Hang is going to Miss Nhat's place, so he probably won't come back for lunch. The old woman, her frustration barely contained, confirmed, he won't let him stay. When he gets there, his daughter-in-law will chase him away. Don't stay there. Just go home to eat. Don't let me eat there. Her anger at Nhat's coldness was palpable. If you don't let me stay, why do you let me eat there? She's too much, isn't she? My son went up there and was chased away. I'm also very angry. The emotional toll of Nhat's actions was immense. My son is so stupid. I told him not to go, but he still tried to go. When he went, she chased him away. She didn't even give me rice or anything to eat. I feel so sorry for him. Her heart ached for Hang, for his enduring loyalty and the repeated humiliation he faced. I think I feel so sorry for my son that I told him to go find another one, so I told him to stay here with me. Otherwise, I feel so sorry for him. He walks back and forth. I feel so sorry for him. Her determination to find a new wife for Hang was born of this profound pity and a desire to see him settled and happy. Don't eat anymore. You're too full. If you don't eat, then I'll eat, she urged Mai to finish her meal. Just then, Hang walked in, looking tired but surprised. My son is home from work. The old woman greeted him. Mom is eating